Good morning, all. Thanks for coming to the fall workshop of the CAWPCA. We want to thank all of you that join us today. We would like to, on behalf of the board, also thank our sponsors and also our board members who put this workshop together. I'll read out the names of the board members if you want to just wave or stand up. Tom Scroy, Vice President. Patricia Rimkowski from Senegal. I didn't see her. Mary Berry is around. Bridget Buckley, she's back there. Brian Armette, here he is. Bill Brink. Hi, Bill. Alice Kelly. Ben Levon. Larry Murphy. Bill Robinson. Jay Sheehan. I saw Jay. He's back there. And Ray Drew. Thanks again for coming. We hope that you find this presentation and this workshop educational and informative. And again, wanted to mention that operators will also receive continuing education credits again for this presentation. Please, at the end of this workshop, before you leave, if you could go to the front table there with Janice, sign up so that you can receive the credits. Now, this is the second time we're doing this, so we're proud to be able to provide those credits, and you should be receiving your credits. I know last time it took a bit longer. You should be receiving them within a month or a couple of weeks after signing up. I also wanted to mention that we are working, there has been some changes, or there are going to be some changes regarding the operator's exam testing program that will require legislative and regulatory changes. That's still ongoing, so but keep your ears and eyes open on that front. We also continue to have a representation in the National Water Policy, flying in coordination with NACWA, WEF, WRF, NUIA, and we continue to also visit those congressional offices. As you know, it's going to be more important come next year, since obviously there are congressional and presidential elections. So, we'll be back there and make sure that we bring the message that it is important that they give funding for our wastewater facilities. On Tuesday, October 1st, also, there was a conference meeting with NUIA and the state directors and affiliated state association leaders from Connecticut, Mass, Maine, and New Hampshire and Vermont, this time to discuss government affairs, advocacy, operators exchange. There's also a utility management committee award. Gary brought that up. It appears that not a lot of people are either signing up for that award, and if you need more information, see Gary Sirlak from New Haven Water Pollution Control. We also talked about, again, the name change of using the word pollution to clean water, because obviously it has a negative connotation. And there's also a new letter of support that NUIA is putting together. Sometimes people want to join their committees, they want to come to the conferences, and sometimes they get pushback from their local officials. And now NUIA could also provide that letter of support so that it makes it easier for you to come to conferences like these and others that are sponsored by NUIA. Since our spring workshop meeting in May, WPCA directors and volunteers, because obviously this is a volunteer organization, we've been working hard to putting together a workshop like this, and also putting a strong agenda so that we see that there's a good turnout, and we continue to be busy in improving the organization of programs, management, and advocacy. while also partnering with our sibling organization, which is the CWPAA, which is the Connecticut Wastewater Operation Group. In that effort, we are continuing to have conversations between both organizations. I know that I've been saying this time at least once or twice before, but we're getting closer to getting and talking about a merger between these two organizations. We think that by doing that, we'll have a more successful program, and we'll be sharing the costs associated with different responsibilities. Just yesterday, our vice president did request an attorney's office to start scoping items that would take the place of actually helping us either merging or dissolving or renaming the organization. One of those names being considered is Connecticut Clean Water Association. So again, making sure that we focus on that. What we do is actually clean waters before they go to our rivers and streams. NUIA, as you know, continues to also provide administration for our organization, the day-to-day banking stuff that are being handled. Our annual operating costs for NUIA is about $30,000, and at this point we have around $25,000 balance in the bank. So we hope that we continue getting your support. At our last meeting, we also adopted a new membership registration. If you see that those that went on the website, it again is to track membership so that we know how many are members, and that's why we put it as a nominal fee of $20. But it gives us the ability to be able to gather your information, communicate with you, and provide you updated information as we know it. And to kick off things of that membership, we continue to discount, this fall workshop. You also notice that, there's been a little slight increase over year, and that's primarily due to the increase in costs regarding the managing of the association, including events, representation in the state legislation by our government relations firm that we hired, DePino, Nunez, and Biggs. And this representation has become invaluable, allowing the CAWPCA and also our partner organization, which is the CAWPA, to become stronger, to assure that monitoring all these proposed bills that affect us, and having someone on the ground really looking at that and actually providing us. I don't know if you see, every Friday we get the email, things that we probably want to hear about and others we may not want to hear about, but it's very, very informative of what's happening at the state capitol. One last thing that I wanted to mention is that we did get a notice from Robbie Marshall. I don't think I saw her today, but from Old Town Saybrook, she has retired, and unfortunately, with that, she decided to also step down from the board. She's definitely going to be sorely missed. She was one of the directors that has been around, and was a staple with this organization. So she brought tremendous energy. She also helped with the committee who actually put these workshops together. So we definitely want to let her know that the board, along with all the membership, we give her the best in her retirement. So with that, I would also like to ask Ray Everett from NUIA, who's going to give us an update, and then after him, Virgil Loy asked to say some words also.
Good morning. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to represent NUIA today at your event. I'd also like to recognize a few NUIA leaders in attendance. Of course, our Executive Director, Mary Berry, for being here. Vice President Virgil Lloyd, State Director Bill Norton from Connecticut, and all my New Year friends. There are some familiar faces here, even though this is my first time here at this CAWPCA event. It's the first I've ever attended. The attendance here speaks for itself. The legislation and educational benefits that you give your members is truly priceless. As you know, NUIA represents over 2,000 water professionals like yourself. Over the past year, we've focused heavily on innovation and workforce development. Our senior management team, along with the Innovation Committee, have been working out details to merge with the Northeast Water Innovation Network. This merger will give more benefits to our members as well as give innovators incubation spots for proof of concept. If you're not a member of NUIA, I would encourage you to check our website at newea.org to see the many benefits that a membership would bring you. As I just mentioned, our focus on workforce development. Not too far from here in Cromwell, Connecticut, on November 14th, we have our Utility Management Committee's one-day specialty conference on workforce sustainability in the water industry. This will focus on future shortfalls on workforce and avoid brain drain in the future, hopefully. And on January 26th to the 29th, 2020, we have our annual conference at the Marriott Copley in Boston. And again, I thank you for letting me have the opportunity to speak today, and enjoy the rest of your conference.
Virgil Lloyd. And as you see it on the agenda, we do also have a presentation on improving the workforce, so stay tuned to that.
Let's see if this come up a little higher here. Thank you, Dennis, and thanks for those words, Ray. Ray definitely earns the award for longest drive here today. He was on the road 4:30 this morning, driving from Dover, New Hampshire. So thanks for coming down, Ray. We really appreciate the support of NUIA here. I just want to take a couple moments to recognize last Friday was the passing of Carl Elmquist, who was a longtime person who worked in our business. He started his career in 1972 working at the wastewater treatment facility in Groton, Connecticut. He was there literally on the ground floor when the Clean Water Act was first passed, and all the construction grants program money started to flow, and when quite a few wastewater treatment facilities were built throughout Connecticut and New England and beyond even. Carl was a real giant in our industry. He was a member of the Connecticut Water Pollution Abatement Association Board of Directors, or a member of the Board of Directors for a number of years. For probably 20 years plus, he served as either the vice president or the president of that organization, and he had a very kind of quiet demeanor about him, but he was a very effective proponent for our industry, and he helped develop CWPAA from a smaller organization that it was when it was first put together back in, I guess, 1968. And during the 90s and the 2000s, he really helped develop the extent of the program that the group offered and the level of service that it provided to the members. So Carl retired in 2012, and he had a long, fought the good fight for a number of years, and he'll certainly be missed, but I just wanted to recognize that. Thank you.